but me. Say everybody. Okay.
KCMO, born and raised if you ain't get the memo. Slipping in my city is a NO. We put down the demo.
Hey you guys, it's me Bossy. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a story time. I know you guys have been wondering where my story times have been, but y'all, I'm running out. Sorry, so it may not be that many more story times left on my channel unless some stuff happens to me. So those of y'all that don't want to stick around for other videos, I do understand you came for my story time. So if you leave, I know I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. But I still do have good content, so hopefully y'all stick around. And who knows, more stories might start popping up, but I know for sure I have a few more to give. So, first, I also want to say welcome to all of my new subscribers. I really appreciate you guys for checking out my channel and subscribing. And hey, what's up to my day ones? I love y'all, and thanks for so much support on my channel. I appreciate it, and that's on both of my channels, honestly. Okay, so today's story time is about the time I broke a guy's heart, and I felt kind of bad after it. Now telling this story, I do feel kind of bad, but back then, when I was in the 10th grade, I really was childish and immature. So y'all, this story is old, but I'm gonna give it to y'all. I'm gonna give it to you. All right, so this story took place back when I was in 10th grade, or was I in 9th grade going into 10th grade? I'm not all the way sure. I might have been, yeah, I think I might have been in 9th grade. It happened at the end of 9th grade going into 10th grade year. So the person that I'm gonna be talking about, we're gonna say his name is Chris. I don't know how I said Chris, but yeah, Chris. And Chris and I used to couldn't stand each other. Like, we just didn't get along. He was so irritating. He didn't like me, I didn't like him. Like, you know how just somebody irks you? Like, yes, that was us. And in the midst of us always going back and forth with each other, our classmates took it upon themselves to continuously say, oh, we like each other, oh, y'all might as well go out, y'all like each other. When I don't know about him, but I did not like him at all. He just wasn't attractive to me, and I just didn't like him. But he would talk stuff to me, so I talked it back. You know, he tried to throw jokes at me and I would throw him back. But in the midst, people thought that was us flirting or showing our true love to each other. Why? I don't know. But, you know, eventually that stuff, they kept, y'all might as well go together. Y'all might as well go together. And mind y'all, okay, at the beginning of my high school year, 9th grade, I was still kind of quiet. So during the middle, towards the end of the year, I kind of, you know, opened up a little more and people got to know the real Basima. And so, I guess, you know, people kept saying stuff all the time. So eventually, you know, they was just like, y'all need to go together. This. Yeah, this is how they talked. Y'all need to go together. Y'all need to be boyfriend and girlfriend. Y'all know y'all like each other. Y'all know y'all like each other. So eventually, I don't know how, because honestly, it's not that really much of an important thing to me anymore. We ended up becoming boyfriend and girlfriend. And even though we had became girlfriend and boyfriend, it was still awkward. Like, I couldn't see myself really holding hands with him or waiting for him in class or like waiting for him to walk me to class. But we eventually started doing that. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. But anyway, we eventually started doing those things. Like, people would always like say stuff to him like, dang, you can't even, you know, buy your girl lunch. Or even though I didn't need him to buy my lunch, I could buy my own dang lunch. I had a job. But they'd be like, you can't buy your girl lunch. Or dang, you know, they would just tease him. And like sometimes they would even test him to see like if they went and tried to like grab me or touch me trying to be funny, even though they know I'll say something or I'll try to do something to them if they come at me wrong. They wanted to see if he would do something or try to take up for me or try to, you know, they just would meddle. Because for one, we was an awkward couple to me, and I think to other people, but we just started dating because if like everybody thought we should be together just because how we bickered so much. He would start trying to, you know, walk me home from school, and it was like, okay, whatever, you know. I kind of like the fact that, okay, I got a boyfriend. He was like my first real boyfriend, I guess you could say, as far as high school goes. So, you know, he would walk me home from school and oh my God. And the whole time we were together, I did start to, you know, start getting feelings for him, but it wasn't like I thought it should be. We only saw each other at school because, you know, we was only, what, 9th graders going into 10th grade. So the summertime, we really didn't see each other that much. But he had really, really wanted to see me. And because we hadn't seen each other for like a couple of weeks that school had been out, I don't know. I was not saying I forgot about him because we would talk, but I had a busy summer. Like I was working, having fun with my friends, doing stuff, and I didn't see him, so it was kind of like out of sight, out of mind. I wasn't really thinking about him like that. And I know that's bad to say because he was my boyfriend, but like I didn't see him, he didn't see me. And I mean, I was out having fun with my cousins and hanging with people and working. I just wasn't, he wasn't my main priority at the time. Okay, one day, me and him were talking on the phone. He happened to catch me, and I'm like, let me talk to this boy because, you know, when we was in school, you know, he's my boyfriend, and everybody, this is just so bad. Everybody said we should be together, and, you know, I kind of felt like I liked him, but not for real, for real. I think I just liked him because everybody told me to, and I'm like, I ain't really talked to him. I ain't really seen him. Let me talk to this boy. So he had called me, and we was talking on the phone, and he was talking about how he really wanted to see me. He really wanted to see me so bad. And I kept trying to like talk around that subject and switch it and ask him, you know, how he was doing, what he had been doing. But he just kept saying he wanted to see me. And y'all, I didn't have no other dude I was dealing with, so please don't think that. I just was having a fun summer and trying to get as much money as I could working. And I wasn't just, I don't know, I just wasn't feeling him like I thought I needed to. It just, I don't know, it wasn't there. I guess that's why we didn't last too long. He was like, can I please just come over and see you? And I'm like, well, I'm at my mama's house and that's far. And he was like, come on, let me just see you. I want to come and see you tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, cool. I ain't seen you in a while. You are my boyfriend. And, you know, we do need to see each other at least one time or twice over the summer until school, you know, before school starts. Because I kept trying to say, well, school's starting another month, so we'll see each other then. So the next morning rolls around and he calls me. And he's like, I'm thinking he's going to call me. And because that night I had given him my address. You know, I was trying to give him directions of how to get to my mom's house. Because my plan was, he comes over, we're going to meet at the park. Because my mom lived in a townhome, so it was a bunch of townhomes, and they had like a swimming pool and like a playground area and stuff. So I'm like, okay, he can come over, we can go sit on the swings and talk, you know, give a little kissy session here and there, and hopefully that's enough for him because I really don't want to be bothered. So the next morning rolls around and he calls me, and you know, we talking to each other on our cell phones, but I'm thinking he's still at home calling me, trying to either confirm where I live or just letting me know I'm on my way to come over here because he was going to catch the bus to get to my house. So when I was like, hello, he's like, yeah, I should be there in 5 minutes. I'm walking up your hill. And I was like, I don't know what came over me, y'all. I'm like, 5 minutes? Hell, like, ain't you still at home? He was like, no, I'm walking up your hill now. And we had a long hill, and then he had to walk like 2 or 3 blocks just to get to our townhome. And so I'm like, oh, well, I'm not home right now. I don't know why I said it, y'all. It just blurted out of my mouth. And he was like, well, where are you? And I'm like, oh, over at my friend Halima's house. I had to go over there to do her hair real quick. And he was like, well, I'm still coming. I'm gonna just wait for you in front of your house or something. Or will your mom let me in? And I'm just like, can you just like, can we try to do this another day? Like, can you come back another day? And he was like, I done already rolled the bus out here to come see you, and you gonna try to make me go all the way back home? And then when he said that, I'm like, oh shit. Oh. So then I was like, okay, well, you can come, just come on. I'm about to head back home. So my cousins, while I'm talking to him, because, you know, they kind of knew that I wasn't really feeling him like that no more. And I don't know, me and him really didn't click, I don't think. But we was trying to make it work because everybody wanted us to. So, he finally got to my house and he was knocking on the door, y'all. I'm so wrong. Oh my God. He was knocking on my door. And my cousins was just like, answer the door, Basima, answer the door. Because he knocked for a minute because I did not want to answer. Like, my mama was like, what are y'all doing down there? What's all that noise? You know, and I'm like, nothing. Just trying to get her not to come downstairs. Because I wasn't really supposed to have him over, but he wasn't about to come in my house. I was just going to walk over to the park with him. But I just didn't want to be bothered for whatever reason at that moment. I was like, I don't want to be bothered with him. So I finally opened the door and I walked outside and he was like happy to see me. And I was just like, hey, what's up, Chris? And we ended up walking over to the park and we just sat and talked. And it was kind of a lot of silence, I can't remember. But we talked and I mean, it was what it was, but he came all the way to my house only to stay for maybe 15, 20 minutes to see me, which I feel like that was good enough at that time. Y'all, I don't think this way no more. This is how I thought back then, and I was only what? How old are you in the 9th and 10th grade? So then he finally left, and y'all, it was hot outside. Like, this was in the summertime. So he finally left and I walked back home and my cousins and stuff was like, why you do him like that? Why you do him like that? And I'm just like, I don't know. I just don't like him like that no more. I was like, I just don't like him. And I'm like, I don't know what it is. Like, I thought I liked him. I thought I liked him. And, you know, I thought he's a cool dude. You know, he's nice. I thought I liked him. But I don't know if I really want to be his girlfriend no more. So later that night, I called him and he didn't answer. And I was calling him to break up with him over the phone. So sad. So I left a message. Yes, like some dumb punk stuff. That was a coward move, but I left a message and I basically said, Chris, I'd rather us be friends. I don't really want a boyfriend right now. I don't want to go with you no more. And I hung up. And like a little while later, he was calling me. And then we had a mutual friend named Natasha. And Natasha called me, which I hadn't really talked to her for real since we was out of school for break. She was like, Basima, Chris just called me upset, telling me you broke up with him. Why did you do that? And then you did it over voicemail. I was like, y'all, it is so bad. I don't know why I'm laughing. Oh, God, forgive me. Like, it was so bad, y'all. I feel so bad. And I was like, I just didn't want to be with him no more. You think I should call him back and tell him I was just playing? It was a trick. They was making me feel so bad. Like, y'all, I had never felt that bad in my life. They had me feeling terrible. She was like, why you do him like that? Why you know he likes you? Why you do him like that? I was just like, maybe it's just because I ain't seen him over the summertime. Knowing I'm lying out my ass, to him. Maybe just because I ain't seen him in the summertime, and I don't know. Maybe I'll call him back and tell him I was just playing. I'll call him back. So I get off the phone with her and I call him back, and he answers the phone like, why'd you leave me that message? I was like, I was just playing. I was just playing. I was confused. I don't know. I was like, we can still go together. We can be boyfriend and girlfriend again. I'm sorry. We can go back together. That was that. After that, I hadn't probably talked to him for another week or two. He had been calling me and texting me, and I would text him here or there. But as far as talking to me, we hadn't talked. Like, y'all, I just didn't want to be with him no more. So I think a week before school started back up, I finally talked to him, and he was like, basically talking about where we gonna meet, like when we get back at school, or, you know, he was asking me what classes I had. I was asking him what he had. Like, we was just kind of talking. Like, he was a cool dude, don't get me wrong, but, you know, we had good friend conversation, I feel like. But, you know, that was that. So then school rolls around. Oh, y'all, this is so bad. Now, mind y'all, by the time school rolled around, I end up start having a crush on one of my cousin's friends. To me, at that time, I thought he was fine. He was just, oh my God. I was just like, and he was going to my school, which he had already went to my school the year before, but I wasn't really worried about no boys when I was in 9th grade like that, especially not the beginning of the year. I was just trying to get through high school, because I had came from a school where I went to school from kindergarten to 8th, the same school, jumping into a brand new school with people I didn't know. So I was kind of to myself the first 5 months being in school. But yeah, like, he was just fine. He was tall, you know, I like tall men, and Chris was short. So I was just like, oh my God, like, that started clouding my mind right before school started too. Y'all, I feel so bad. The first day of school comes around, and luckily I didn't have any classes the first day with Chris. School lets out. And you know, when school lets out and it's the first day and it's kind of hectic, people trying to get on their buses, and you know, I walked home from school because I live right down the street from school. So, you know, everybody's outside after school and, you know, catching up, friends you hadn't seen over the summer, or people that you don't have classes with. You're trying to talk and have conversations with them. So my cousin's friend happened to come by me, and you know, we was chit-chatting it up, talking or whatever. All of a sudden, out the corner of my eye, like, cause we was down far at the bottom on the sidewalk, and I see Chris coming out of the building, out of the double doors, out of the school, cause we went to Westport. I see him coming out of the school. He didn't see me, I don't think, but I saw him, and I tried to dodge him. Like, I tried to shift myself the opposite direction of dude that I was talking to, so he couldn't see me, because I could tell he was looking for me. And, you know, I said whatever I said to dude. Like, oh, well, it was good seeing you, this, and that. Tell my cousin I said he need to call me, and then I booked home. As soon as I got home, Chris called me like, where was you at? I was looking for you. I thought we was gonna meet outside of school. And I was like, I had to hurry and get home. Like, my friends, like, they knew what I did. Like, they was like, Basima, that is so wrong. Why you do him like that? They was laughing though, because they know, I mean, they first off used to tease me, talking about, how do you go with him? You like him? He is not, you know, I used to always say stuff. I was trying to like him as much as I could. Like I said, don't get me wrong, I end up having feelings for him. I'm not gonna say I never liked him at all. I did like him a little bit, but not like that. Like, when it came to us kissing finally, like the tongue kissing, because at first I just wanted to peck, you know. Oh God, it just wasn't, I don't know, I hadn't really kissed people like that in the mouth, so maybe I wasn't doing it right, or maybe he wasn't doing it right, but it just didn't feel right. And then it tasted funny, like breath wasn't coinciding with each other. It was just like, oh, yeah. And I didn't like to tongue kiss for a long time because I thought every time it would be like that. And it wasn't, you know, especially now with my boo. But it just wasn't there. Like, I just used to be like, I hope he don't want to kiss me for real like that. Just give me a kiss on the cheek. Give me a kiss on the lips, closed mouth. So he was basically like, what happened? I thought we were supposed to wait for each other after school. You know, I thought this and that. And y'all, I'm not saying I was no bougie stuck up. It was just the fact that I honestly just didn't have feelings like for him like I wanted, or like everyone thought I should. I guess, I don't know. But I was just like, oh, I had to hurry up and get home. And eventually I just said to him, Chris, I don't want to go with you no more. I just don't want to have a boyfriend right now. I don't. He's like, so you breaking up with me? You gonna do me like that? Oh God, I remember. And I'm thinking, boy, don't even try to get mad like that. Like, relax. That's how I was thinking. Because I was just like, I just don't want a boyfriend right now. I just don't. And so that was the last time. I don't know, y'all. I feel bad now about it because when I tell it, it sounds so bad. Hell, when it happened, it was so bad. It was worse than when I'm telling it. But that was the last time that we actually talked on the phone. No, we talked after high school because one of our good friends died, and I think I called to tell him. When we went to school, like the next day, it was awkward because I don't know how everybody found out that fast. I don't know if he was calling people, telling people Basima broke up with me or what. But that next day, people was like, why you do him like that? Or I'm just like, I just didn't want no boyfriend no more. I didn't want to be with nobody. I didn't want to be in no relationship. He didn't talk to me. He would like see me in the hallway and make like a crazy face at me or make little stupid faces at me. Not to mention, my cousin's friend, he started kind of, you know, giving me a little more attention. And, you know, I really had a crush on him. We didn't ever date, but that was a severe crush I had on him. But, you know, he had too many girls for me to even really think that we could ever be together. And I think he was a grade older than me. Yeah, he was a junior when I was a sophomore. Yeah. So, you know, that was that or whatever. But after that, eventually, you know, I think it was 11th grade year, even though that's when I started dealing with Bob. 11th grade year, you know, we became cool. We was friends. We would talk stuff like we always used to do. It just started back up naturally, but people knew like it's what we did. We was cool, but like we would talk stuff. I would talk about his long, skinny looking, wrinkly fingers. You know, he would try to talk about my head being big, or I would talk about how black he is. Y'all, I'm saying it was just jokes. We would crack on each other. He called me fat. I called him this and that. It was harmless fun. Like, we was cool. We was friends. Like, it ended on a good note. So, eventually, though. And y'all, it's so funny because after school, I think right after Bob and I broke up, and I had my 3 kids, how did I end up seeing, oh, I was working at my job I'm working at now, and I went to Wendy's for my lunch break. And when I went with one of my coworkers. He was right in the front of the line. And, you know, I always look cute when I go to work. Maybe not so much now because I be tired. He seen me and his neck snapped. Because, you know, I'm not the sneakerhead girl or in the uniform no more. I'm a grown woman now. And I done kind of developed and plumped out a little more, you know, popping out them kids. So he seen me, he like, what's up, Basima? And this, and he got golds all in his mouth. And he got cornrows looking like a gangster or something. He didn't look like that in high school. And I'm like, ugh, it was even worse than before. I just didn't like what I saw. And he was just like, what's up? Give me your number. We can hook up. I'm thinking, hook up? He was like, no, I just want to catch up with you. You know, we ain't seen each other in a minute. You know, you my homie. And I gave him my number. He called me quick. And we talked or whatever for a little bit. But I'm just like, it's time to cut it. Don't even go that way, because I feel like he was about to start trying to bring it another direction rather than friends. So that was the end of that. But that was the time that I broke a boy's heart. I did him so wrong. I'm not proud of it, to say the least. I'm not proud of it at all. But that's what it was then. And if you are watching Chris, which you know your real name, it was all love. You class of 03, you still my homie. Yeah, we friends on Facebook. So, you know, hey, it is what it is. I know I did him wrong, and I apologize. I was just young and being rude and mean and reckless and a mean person. But I should have never went out with him in the first place, just because people thought we should have been together. Like, I really shouldn't have. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the story. Please thumbs it up if you like it. And I know y'all gonna comment and say some stuff, so go ahead. I'm ready to read y'all comments. And oh, before I go, because y'all gonna ask, this hair that's on my head is from Ali Moda. It is the hair that I made my 360 frontal wig with. I just straightened it. And this lip I have on is Beeper and Midi with, and that's from ColourPop. And then the little light gloss I have on it is Eclair Butter Gloss from NYX. And yeah, I just have like 2 shadows on my eyes and some lashes, and that's really about it. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed this story time, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, loves.
Me on your mind when you wasted. Tell me what you wasted. My time.